So you can go ahead and lie down. You got it, Sherry. Make sure you have your yoga block, your yoga strap nearby. Oh. You want to show me? Oh, no, 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 no. No, I just sometimes I don't. Yeah, just sometimes I just want to. I can't hear like I'm sure what's supposed to do. Yeah. I watch. Okay. So once you're on your back, actually, before we get too still, let's just do some somatic movement. So bring your knees into your chest. Hands come to your thighs or your knees and just feel your back body across the earth. So think of moving the back of your sacrum, pelvis into the earth, feel the lower spine. Circles can start small and they gradually get bigger. A few lengthy inhales. Think of inhaling from chest down. Letting the diaphragm descend as you do, and then as you exhale from bottom to top. Maybe imagining the diaphragm retracting up, or even that co-contraction that happens through our deep core with each exhale. Move in the opposite direction if you haven't already. And start to make your way into stillness. Again, you're just keeping your knees softly to your chest, heels softly towards your butt. These can be as wide as you would like them to be or as close as you need them to be. Arms out to the sides, palms facing up. You're going to inhale here. On your exhale, let your legs, knees start to drift over to your left. And you're not coming all the way to the floor yet. Next inhale, legs come up through center. And then exhaling over to the right. Or exhaling knees over to your left. And then again, as you inhale up through center, exhale knees to the opposite side. So just moving this way, a few more rounds with breath. Synchronizing your subtle to the more physical. Maybe just tuning into where you're at on all realms or all levels today, in this very moment. And we're going to add the upper body. So the next time your legs come to your left, you're going to allow them to bring you all the way into a fetal position. Your right arm is coming with you, and you reach your right hand fingertips beyond your left. Forehead might even roll to the floor. On an inhale, you'll come back up through center. I like to drag my right fingertips up the length of my left arm to the chest, and then come out to my right. Exhale, knees fall to the right. Rolling fetal position, right side. Left arm comes with, reaching left hand beyond your right fingertips. And then inhale through center. Exhaling to your left. And as you reach, I want you to imagine you're reaching not just from your arm or the arm bones even, but that space. Creating a little more space through your sides and back body. Okay, we're going to add on one more piece. The next time you roll to your left and you're reaching with your right hand, midline as you roll through center, and then exhaling to fetal position on your right. Left hand reaches, slide your right inner forward towards the front edge of your mat. Get long. And then inhale up through center, exhaling to your opposite side. Mm-hmm. Just find your balance between your sides. And once you do, just come through your back side, back body. Go ahead, let your feet or your legs come to the floor, comfortable position on your back side. We're going to come into some breath, some more movement. We're going to come into our Viloma breath, working on the inhalation. So your inhalation will be broken up in 3 parts. We're going to pause between those 3 parts. And the exhale will be one long, slow exhalation. We'll do about 5 rounds or 6. So you can either place, both hands on your belly, maybe one hand to belly, one hand to heart, or arms resting by your sides, whatever gives you that sense of ground and stillness so that you can tap further in. But begin by exhaling everything out the mouth. Okay, on an inhale, breathe in through your nose in for a count of 1, 2, pause. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. 1, 2, pause. So that's our Viloma breath. I'm going to give you a little bit more. As you inhale for a count of 1, 2, breathe into the cylinder of your chest. 1, 2, pause. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Exhale slowly. And then as you exhale, think of exhaling from bottom to top, pelvis up. Inhale into the nose, into the space of your heart, ribs for a count of 1, 2, pause. Maybe a little bit further down. 1, 2, pause. And you let your back 1, 2, pause. Exhale slowly, bottom to top. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Think of your back space, back of the heart. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Think of your ribs expanding all directions. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Exhale slowly, bottom to top. We have 2 more rounds. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Exhale slowly, bottom to top. Last round. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Feel your back body, side bodies expand. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Exhale, bottom to top. On your next inhale, start to find your own samaviti, your own equal wavelength breath. Meaning the length of your inhale matching the length of your exhale, and vice versa. And as you inhale, can you direct a little bit more emphasis on expanding, not just in the front of the chest, the heart space, but can you feel the back of your lungs expand into your back body, your upper back, back of the shoulders, even the sides of your rib cage, maybe the length of your waistline. Maybe you're imagining or seeing the diaphragm, that muscle that separates your chest and the abdominal cavity, but that diaphragm descending down, lengthening with each inhale, and the exhale, it draws back in and up. We're actually going to ditch the strap for now. But feel free to keep your knees bent or legs can go straight. If your legs are straight, I'm going to invite you to activate through your legs, flexing through the feet as if you're standing on the floor. So we just have a nice stable spine. Arms by your sides, let your palms face in. So your baby fingers are towards the floor, thumbs are to the sky. We're going to come into arm extensions. Let your arms be as wide as they need to. On an inhale, you're going to reach your arms up and over towards the crown of your head. Think of reaching through the underside of your armpits, the side waist. And then on your exhale, let the arms come back up and by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms forward, up towards the crown of your head behind you. Crown of the head reaching that same direction, soles of your feet reaching in the opposite direction, and then exhale, arms come back by your sides. You might notice as you elongate the inhale and exhale, there might be a gentle pause between the two. Inhale, arms come up and over, especially as we work with length and space upon each inhale. And exhaling, arms come back by your sides. Just a couple more here. Really long through those outer seams. Maybe feel a little new space between your ribs, the back, sides, front of the heart space. Last one here. On the inhale, arms come up and over, and then we're going to stay here. We're going to come into our supinated half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Let's start on the left side today. You're going to clasp your left wrist with your right hand. Walk your upper body up and over upper right hand corner of your mat. Legs to the lower right hand corner. Elbows can always have a bend. They don't have to be super locked out straight. Let your head and neck kind of roll so naturally, and you can always cross left ankle on top of right as long as your left hip stays fairly rooted to the floor. Is it what? Not this one, no. This is more just a softer shape. So let your legs, your feet be relaxed. Think of breathing more onto the side body that's more exposed. And next inhale, walk your legs back through center, upper body through center, and you'll switch sides. Most of us, you'll clasp your right wrist on this side, walk your upper body to the upper left-hand corner of your mat, and then legs to the lower left-hand corner. And you can cross the right ankle or the outer leg on top of the inner leg. If you can breathe a little more fully on that side, that it's opening, that it's expanding. And next inhale, legs back through center, upper body through center. And then go ahead, bring your arms by your sides. Maybe bring the knees to your chest, round the spine, forward to the knees, hug the knees in. Here we're coming into bridge dynamics, and then we're going to come into a supported bridge. We'll come into our bridge, and then we'll add the arms. If you want to include them, you do not have to. Okay, it's more of an additive. I can't talk. An addition. So find your feet firmly to the floor, feet, knees, hip width distance. Arms by your sides, palms to the floor for now. Before we come into it, let's just do a few pelvic tilts, supinated pelvic tilts, meaning our back sides on the floor. So coming back to your equal wavelength breath. And on your next inhale, think of your cow shape. So you're lifting your lower back away from the floor. You will feel your tailbone, pelvis pressed to the floor. And then as you exhale, you're tucking your tailbone forward and up towards the sky. You will feel your lower back come into the floor. Inhale, find that extension of your spine into your tilt of your pelvis, over your fixed thigh bones. And then exhale, posterior tilt as you flex through the spine. One more. Okay, next inhale, I want you to come into a neutral spine. So something in between that. You're not necessarily pressing your lower back flat to the floor. It's more of lengthening your spine in opposing directions. So I want you to feel as if your tailbone is anchoring to the wall in front of you and the crown of your head to the wall behind you. Feel the whole of your feet into the floor. On your inhale, press your feet down, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower slowly down. Think one vertebra at a time. This time, as you inhale and press the hips up, arms can float up with you, again, over towards the crown of your head. And then exhale, lower. Hips, arms at the same time. Good. Just a few more. Inhaling. Not about height. I want you to think more of length, space. How much can you reach your tailbone and crown in opposing directions? Even as you reach to the floor. You might notice the core igniting just a little bit as you do. Takes a lot to maintain a neutral spine. Okay, next inhale. As your hips come up, you're going to slide your block underneath your sacrum, finding your supported bridge. Start with one block, lowest setting. See how that feels. Once you have your supported bridge and you feel fairly stable, comfortable on it, go ahead, bring your arms a little bit further out to the sides, palms facing up, or maybe arms come up and over towards the crown of your head again. And arms can be wide, wider than your mat width even. Neck is neutral. We want that nice curvature in the neck. And then maybe slide one leg forward on the floor towards the front edge of your mat. You can maybe do both legs at the same time if that feels a little pinchy in your lower back, sacrum area. Stay with one leg and I'll let you know when to switch. You can decide if both legs are reaching out, you can decide if they're active or inactive. I like to find something in between personally, just feels a little bit more stable and it becomes more of an active stretch. I'm not hanging out my joints. If you're staying with one leg, start to switch to your opposite side. And start to bring both legs back in so both feet come to the floor. On an inhale, bring your arms up and then down by your sides. Feel your feet, your hands, palms to the floor. On an inhale, lift your hips up just enough to slide your block from underneath. Keep lengthening your tailbone forward as you lower your spine to the floor. Once you're all the way down, arms out to your sides again, capital T, heel toe your feet a little bit wider than hips, maybe even mat width. Knees can knock in, they don't have to touch. Windshield wipers. On an inhale, let your legs start to drift over to your left. Inhale, bring them back up through center. Exhale, knees to the right. So you're rolling to inner edge, outer edge of the opposite foot. Each inhale brings you up through center. On the exhale, brings you to one side, just as we did before in our somatic movement. Now, this can be fairly inactive movement. However, if you want you to engage through the feet, the ankles. So, for instance, left leg, flex your foot so you feel the inner edge of your foot make contact to the floor and reach. And then that action, knees come up through center, going over to your left. This time it will be your right leg. Flex through the right foot, reach your right thigh bone forward in space. You'll notice your right glute engages as well. Nice active stretch through the side and front body. Inhale up through center, exhaling over to your opposite side. Just a couple more each side again. Start to find your balance between your sides. Once you make your way through center, feel free to put your arms over your head. Exhale, bring your knees to your chest. Feel free to round the spine towards the knees. We're going to make our way to tabletop. So option one, taking a few rocks up and down the spine. Option two, you are rolling off to one side, fetal, to press up. Right. Remember to use your blanket if you need it for your knees. We'll come to tabletop position. Come through a cat-cow. So when you're ready on an inhale, think of reaching your heart forward, tailbone back and up. Exhale, press the floor away. Chin to chest, tailbone tuck. Inhale. Try not to let your belly just drop to the floor. I want you to think more of an active stretch here. So isometrically drag the heels of your palms to your knees, knees to your hands. And then exhale, press the floor away. Think belly button in and up, really round the back body, chin to chest. Inhale, you're reaching your tailbone, crown in those opposing directions. Not letting the belly just drop to the floor. We don't take it into the vertebra of the spine, and then exhaling. Couple more, and then we're gonna add a little bit more from here. Okay, next inhale, come to your cow. Active cow on the exhale, round into cat, bring your hips to your heels, child's pose. Inhale, come forward through your cow. Exhale, round it back, child's pose. So either staying with your cow, or next time you inhale, let your hips come a little bit more forward towards your wrist. Coming into extended cobra, but again, we're not just dumping into the pelvis, the lower back. There's integrity as you pull your heart through and up. And then exhale, reach your hips back, tailbone back, child's pose. Inhale brings you forward, active stretch, lengthening through your front body, contracting through the back. And then exhale, lengthening through the back body, front body somewhat contracts here. And one more just like this. And we're going to add some side to side movement. And the next time you inhale, bring both hips over to your left wrist, look over right shoulder. And then exhale, bring both sit bones over to your left heel. Inhale, both fronts of your hips forward to your right wrist, look over left shoulder. Still actively pulling your heart through and forward. And then exhale, your butt to your right heel. Working from side to side, couple more rounds. Okay, find balance between your sides. Once you do, on an inhale, come up through cow. And then exhale, hips to the heels, child's pose. Arms can stay reaching forward, or you feel free to sweep your arms back into embryo. If you're in embryo, you can rock a little from side to side. Walk the hands forward. Inhale, come up through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Move it out, breathe it out. Good, Abby. If it's ever too much on your hands, palms, Abby, like a lot of load on your shoulder, you can always come to your forearms, which is more stable. Okay, let's walk the feet a little bit closer side by side. We're going to start on the left side today. So on an inhale, reach your left leg back and up. Either stay here or feel free to stack your left hip on top of right. Bend the knee. Think of driving your left heel into your butt. Press your right heel straight behind the ball of your right foot to the floor. Inhale, lengthen left leg, square off your hips. Exhale, softly step your left foot through. We're going to bring the right knee to the floor and bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. Remember, you can bring your hands to your blocks. Heel toe left foot out to the left if you need to create more space for your pelvis, hips. Wherever your left toes point, especially the big second toe, your knee should follow that direction. Good. On your inhale, you're going to let your hips come forward. Again, think of pulling your heart through. Exhale, hips back into your half split. Hands can always come to blocks, bring the earth closer to you. Good, inhale, hips come forward. Way hiding. Exhaling it back. Inhale, you'll come forward. Good, exhaling it back. Inhale forward. And exhaling it back. Couple more times here. Last one. Inhale, come forward. And then bring your left forearm to your left thigh to make your way upright. And walk your left foot in a little bit if you need to so that your knee is fairly in line with your hip. Inhale, reach your right arm up. And as you reach again, think of reaching from that right side, from underneath your right shoulder blade, all the way up to your right arm, fingertips. Exhale, reach over to your left. Nice. Think of anchoring your tailbone down to the earth. So it might feel like a slight tuck for some of us, but you'll notice the right front side opening a little bit more as you do that. Watch your left knee, make sure it's not winging out to the left. You can look forward, you can look up, you can look down. Okay, on an inhale, reach your right arm up. Right hand to your right hip. You're going to heel toe your left foot out at a 90-degree angle to your left side. Good, make sure ankle is underneath your knee. You're going to inhale here on your exhale. You're going to bend into that left knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bending into the left knee. Inhale it up. Couple more here. We are getting into our inner and outer seams today. Okay, last one here. Next time you come up, heel toe left foot, or you can step it forward. Bring your hands, framing your left foot. You're going to tuck your right toes, lift the right knee off the floor, either step back, downward dog, or sweep left leg back through up, Stack hip, bend knee, open the hip, drive your heel to your butt, press your right heel straight behind your ball of your right foot to the floor. Inhale, lengthen, left foot down. Downward facing dog, take about 3 breaths. You can move it out, breathe it out. Okay, inhale, reach your right leg back and up. Stack hip, bend knee if you would like. Open the hip, drive your right heel to your butt, press your left heel to the floor. Straighten out to the right leg, square off your hips. On your exhale, softly step it through. Or to the outer edge of your right hand, right? Left knee to the floor. So eventually both hands to the inner edge of your right foot. You can heel toe your right foot out as much as you need to. Hands to the floor or your blocks. On an inhale, let your hips come forward. Keep actively pulling your heart through, up. Exhale, hips back to your left heel, half splits. Hands, blocks can come with you. Flex your right foot toes. Inhale brings you forward. Exhaling it back. Couple more. A few more. Okay, next inhale, come forward. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh to help yourself upright. Heel toe right knee so it's fairly in line with your hip. Ankle underneath the knee. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Palm facing in, and again, you're reaching through that whole of your left side, all the way up to your arm fingertips, and then exhale, come over to your right side, lateral flexion. Good. Think of anchoring through your tailbone as you let your hips come more forward, right knee tracking over your big and second toe still. You're looking forward, looking up or down. Okay, inhale, reach your left arm up to bring you up, left hand to your left hip. You could either step your right foot out to your right or heel toe it out to the right. It's at that 90-degree angle, perfect. Inhaling here, exhale, bend the right knee, let your hips shift forward to the right. Inhale up through center. Exhale, bending the knee. Press the floor away to bring you up through center. A few more. Carry. And last couple here. All right, heel toe right foot back forward, or if you want more challenge, stepping up forward. Nice. Hands to the floor, framing your right foot. Tuck left toes, either step your right leg back, downward dog, or you're sweeping it through, back up. So we carry stacking hip, bending knee, open the hip. Left heel to the floor. Good, straighten out through the right leg, square off your hips, right foot down, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. All right, well, come up on high in the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look forward, walk your feet up towards your hands. Have your blocks nearby. Inhale, come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Stay here for another 3 breaths. Shake out your head, maybe bounce to the soles of your feet or grab opposite elbows, ragdoll position. Exhaling out the mouth at any point, especially in a forward fold, really helps with that process of elimination of bringing your nervous system in and down, maybe calming some heat that you might experience. Okay, on an inhale, you're going to come up halfway. Bring a block, highest setting underneath your chest, just one block. I'm going to verbalize this the best that I can. We're going to work outer seams. Again, we'll start on the left side. So be mindful of your knees. Always a soft bend in the knees. I never want you to press your knees back where you're not activating through your thighs, your quads, and you're just hanging out in the knee joint. No good. So soft bend in the knee, roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Once you're there, then you can deepen the forward fold. Maybe you lower your block a setting. Maybe hands, fingertips come to the floor. Stay here, or if you would like a little bit more, you'll come up halfway again, hands on your block. You'll turn your right foot, so that stable foot, to the right, just a little bit, about 45 degrees. And then you're going to walk your hands, maybe your block with you, over to that right. Come back, forward fold. It almost feels like you're twisting to that thoracic spine. Maybe your left hand comes a little bit more forward in space. Almost like you're trying to walk your upper body forward as you reach your hips over to the left just a little bit more. Feeling a stretch in your lower back common. Feeling pain, do not push into that pain. Okay, inhale, you'll come up through center. Right toes forward, left foot flat. Maybe shake it out a little bit. And we're going to come to the opposite side. So roll to the outer edge of your right foot, soft bend in the knees so your legs are active. We're not just hanging out in the joint. Inhale here on your exhale, you can then deepen the fold. Just check in with your right side. One side always tends to be different. Good. Staying here, or you'll come up halfway. Walking or turn your left toes out to the left slightly first, then walk your hands over to that same direction. Right hand fingertips can reach a little bit more forward as you deepen your fold. Maybe the hips come a little bit more over to the right. Okay, inhale, make your way back through center. Left toes pointing forward. Inhale, long spine, halfway forward fold. Exhale into the fold. Again, inhale, halfway forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. This time, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. On your exhale, step it back, downward dog. Inhale, shift forward plank. Exhale, you'll lower. Inhale, come up through Sphinx. The forearms on the floor, shoulder width. A great way to measure that out is grabbing your opposite triceps. Palms flat. And then just check in with how it feels when you naturally, not overthinking it, coming into it. Notice the shoulders, chest, the lung space, the belly, the lower back, hips, butt. We're going to add a little activation here. So start to press the tops of your feet to the floor. Your thighs will ignite. Press your pubic bone down. Think of lifting your lower belly away from the floor, more of a neutral spine. Press your palms, elbows, forearms down. Isometrically drag the heels of your palms back. Pull your heart through and forward. Then maybe press your palms down, elbows up. Drawing the heart through, forward and up. Feel that active lengthening through your front side, from your pubic bone all the way up through the sternum, maybe even your throat. On your exhale, lower down, crocodile pose. Forehead to the backs of your hands. You can bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs. Okay, keeping your forehead on the floor. Again, we're going to work the left side again. You're going to bend your left knee out to the left. You might need to heel toe your feet to walk it out. So when you look at your left leg, your left ankle, knee to hip is about a 90-degree angle. Good. Once you have that, then you'll come back to your forearms, Sphinx position with your upper body. Good. Flexing your left foot, so there's some activity there. Again, think of your pubic bone to the floor. It might be more of your right side. It might not even be the pubic bone. Maybe you're feeling more of that frontal hip point. But then notice how your lower belly kind of automatically activates to support the spine. Okay, we're going to work with internal rotation at our left hip joint. So flex the left foot on an inhale. You're going to think of lifting your left foot up towards the sky. It might not be a big movement. Exhale, you will lower. Inhale to lift. Good. Exhaling to lower. About 4 more. Okay, next time left foot comes to the floor. Pause. And then you'll heel toe it back. Find your more neutral Sphinx. Come to the opposite side. So bring your right foot out, right leg out. Find that 90-degree angle from ankle, knee to hip. You're somewhat active Sphinx pose here, even though you're a little off balance. On an inhale, flex the right foot, float your right foot up towards the sky, internally rotating at that right hip. Exhale to lower. Good. Inhale to lift. Again, one side fairly is different than the opposite. Three more. Okay, next time your right foot is down, go ahead, slide it, walk it back. Find your neutral Sphinx. Come into your Sphinx pose, active Sphinx from the tops of your feet, from your thighs, your hips, your pubic bone, abdomen, upper body, upper back. And then maybe press your palms down, lift your heart forward and up, lengthen through your arms. And then exhale, crocodile pose. Again, you can windshield wiper your legs if you would like. Okay, hands underneath the shoulders, let your legs go long. Press your hips back to your heels, child's pose just for a moment. Or embryo pose. All right, slide your hands beneath the shoulders, press yourself upright. Let's come onto our backs. Have your props nearby for your final rest. But before we do that, we'll come into a supinated twist. So there's always so many options for your twists. So if you have one and you really want to do that one, go for it. I'm going to walk you through one that I would suggest. But again, if it doesn't feel right in your body, you don't have to take it. So knees are bent, feet are flat to the floor. Walk your legs closer together. You're going to stack your left leg, cross your left leg over your right. Arms by your sides, palms down for now. Lift your hips up just a little bit and over to the left. Good. Once your hips come to the floor, then let both legs fall over to your right. Right hand can guide them there. Left arm out to your left, head and neck, let it rotate where it wants to go naturally. On an inhale, come up through center. Love out your spine. Uncross your legs. Right leg crosses over left. Left foot presses down, hips up and over to the right just a little bit. Both legs, knees over to your left side. Right arm out to your right. Okay, inhale, come up through center. Level out the hips to the spine, uncross legs. Feel free to lengthen both legs long, arms overhead. Take a nice lengthy inhale here. On your exhale, let it be audible out the mouth as you bring your knees to your chest. Find a variation of happy baby, whether it's still or fluid. Maybe you're extending one leg long away from you. And then as you switch that same side leg, heel comes in and then opposite lengthens away from you. Start to feel what position would support you for your final rest and stillness in the last few minutes of your practice. Whether it's your traditional Shavasana corpse. I'm a huge fan of supported Baddha Konasana, bound angle. If you want to come into a supported heart opener today, that might feel nice too. We did explore that sense of expansion with a sense of ease, so do let it be supported. Nothing where you're constantly working. I want you to find complete stillness and relaxation here. Blanket over the fronts of your hips. Pelvis can be very grounding. Hands on the belly, one hand to belly, one hand to heart. Just arms away from your sides, palms facing up. Letting the eyes soften, letting them close. We're going to close with a practice called points of awareness. It's actually a Yoga Nidra practice, but it's a great practice to do to allow yourself to come a little bit more inward, to ground and to receive, as well as to simply be. So how it works, I will verbalize with my voice, directing you on where to bring your point of awareness, whether it's you see it as a ball of light, a star, maybe you're just feeling heat energy there, or maybe you're imagining a healing light, whatever color of that light resonates for you. I usually see it as like a warm yellow. So begin by just exhaling everything out. Let your breath become very soft, no real effort with your breath. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head, the third eye, throat center, heart center, right side chest, right shoulder, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, right side wrist, the palm of your hand, right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of your hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, right shoulder, right side chest, heart center, left side chest, left shoulder, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, left wrist, palm of your hand, thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, the palm of your left hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, left side chest, heart center, navel, center of your pelvis, right side hip, right thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, the sole of your right foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, sole of your foot, ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, right side hip, center of your pelvis, left side hip, left thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, sole of your left foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, sole of your left foot, ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, left hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, throat center, third eye, crown of your head. Feel the whole of your right side body. The whole of your left side body. The whole of your back body lying upon the earth. The whole of your front body. See in your mind's eye your whole body lying on the floor. Whole body lying on the floor. Whole body lying on the floor. We're going to end here today. Before you come out, just make a mental note of the position you're in. Feel, maybe even see again in your mind's eye the way your body is lying on the floor with your props. Start by just receiving and becoming more aware of your breath, the sensation of your physical form. But again, take as much time as you need here. When you do come out, make sure that your movement has purpose. It is mindful movement. Thank you for sharing your energy, your company. It's always an honor. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Namaste.